All right, let's be real for a second. We all love a good shortcut, right? Especially when we're talking, some words are just so long. But what if I told you that shortening them isn't lazy at all, that it's actually a real linguistic skill? Well, that's exactly what we're doing today. We're going to become word stylists, and we're giving our vocabulary a fresh new cut.
So the whole idea is really simple. Long words can be, a bit of a mouthful. In fast, casual conversations, we're all looking for ways to get our point across more efficiently. And luckily for us, the English language has some pretty brilliant built-in tools for doing just that. Let's break them down.
Okay, first things first, let's dive in with our first technique. I want you to think of this as the simple, no-nonsense trim you get when you just need to clean things up. It's called clipping, and it is all about one thing and one thing only: efficiency.
So what even is clipping, really? Well, it's the official linguistic term for when we take a word, any word with more than one syllable, and we just chop part of it off to make it shorter. And this isn't just, slang or something we made up. It's a totally legitimate process for making our speech faster and easier.
And you see this stuff everywhere. Literally everywhere. Who on earth has time to say facsimile? Nobody. So we just say facts. You don't read an advertisement, you read an ad. And you definitely don't want to catch influenza. No, you catch the flu. See? Each one is just a quick, clean snip that gets the point across so much faster.
All right, now that we've got the basics down, let's move on to something with a little more personality. If clipping is the basic trim, then our next technique is the stylish cut, the one with all the extra flair. It's super popular in places like Australia and the UK, but honestly, you hear it all over.
We are talking about hypocorisms. Yeah, I know, it sounds kind of fancy, but the idea behind it is super fun. This is a special kind of clipping where we don't just shorten a word for speed, we're actually shortening it to make it sound friendlier or cuter or just way more informal.
And there's a pretty clear formula for how this works. First, you start with a regular word. Let's say breakfast. Step 2, you chop it down, usually to just the first syllable, so break. And then for the final step, you add that friendly-sounding I or E at the end to get brekkie. It's a simple, kind of creative process, right?
And this pattern is all over the place once you start looking for it. Moving pictures became movie, television becomes telly, a barbecue is a Barbie, and of course, our friend breakfast turns into brekkie. You can feel it, can't you? Each one just feels so much more casual and warm than the original word.
Okay, so as your official word stylist, let's have a little consultation. When do you go for that simple clip, and when do you opt for the more stylish hypocorism? Well, the choice really depends on the situation and the kind of vibe you want to create.
So here's the real difference. Clipping, that's your basic cut. It's purely for efficiency, and it gives you a standard neutral term like facts or ad. But hypocorisms, that's the stylish cut. They're for efficiency and for friendliness. Adding that little Y or IE suffix makes the result intentionally informal, maybe even a little affectionate, like telly or Barbie. And let me tell you, knowing when to use each one is absolutely key to sounding natural.
So what's the bottom line here? The crucial point is that both of these techniques come from the exact same desire, to communicate more easily. Whether it's for pure speed or to add a little touch of casual warmth, we're all constantly giving our language a little trim to make it fit the conversation perfectly.
All right, you've learned the techniques of the trade. Now it's your turn to pick up the scissors. You totally have the tools to analyze and even create your very own shortened words.
So just think about it for a second. Is there a long word you use all the time that could really use a haircut? Would you give it a simple clip, or does it deserve a fun, stylish hypocorism? What's it going to be?
So here's your homework. I want you to take a long word, any word you want, and give it your own signature cut. Are you going to create the next big thing? The next condo or gas? Or maybe a fun new brekkie? Drop your absolute best creation in the comments below. Let's see what you come up with.